Hello, beautiful people. Welcome once again to the channel. Thank you so much for clicking. Thank you for stopping by. Today, I'm back again to your screen, and we have a very important guest in our midst today, guys. It's going to be an interesting one and a juicy interview today. If you're new to the channel, just make sure you click the subscribe button. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much. I love you guys so much. Anyways, before we proceed, let me introduce my guest to you today. I have before me a senior professor here. Professor Sir, please introduce yourself.
Okay, thank you so much. My name is Sinyinda Muwanei. I come from Zambia, a country located in Southern Africa. I've been here for the last 3 years, 4 months, pursuing my doctoral studies in computer science from University of Malaya. I'm still a student. I've not yet completed. However, it has been an interesting journey so far.
Thank you very much, sir. Okay, you guys have heard that. It has been an interesting journey so far, and I know you will want to hear more from him. Anyways, let's begin the video. All right, welcome back. So yes, sir, we have some few questions for you today. And the first question, we'd like to know when you came to Malaysia.
I came to Malaysia in January 2018.
Wow.
And I've been here ever since.
Ever since, wow. So you haven't gone back to your country since January 2018?
No.
Wow.
I've just been around Kuala Lumpur.
Wow.
It's been interesting. It's been great.
Wow, that's so beautiful, sir. So, sir, I would like to know, Malaysia, out of all the countries in the world, what really inspired you to actually come to Malaysia?
Well, actually, I had several offers from elsewhere, including Malaysia. I had some offers not only from University of Malaya, but also from other universities within Malaysia. However, what prompted me to come to Malaysia actually was the ranking of University Malaya.
Wow,
you know, the ranking played a great role, where I noticed to say I need to go where I can get quality education. And that is why I came to Malaysia.
Wow.
Yes.
This is so beautiful. So guys, you can hear about University of Malaya here. I guess he just promoted University of Malaya free of charge. That's so great. Okay. So yeah, the next question, sir. Since you came to Malaysia, I believe you came for a PhD, like you just told us in the beginning of this interview.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So throughout your PhD journey, how has it been? Because I know it's a journey, sir.
The PhD is a journey. It is a journey full of ups and downs. Especially when you come for the first time. Probably it's different for those who have been here maybe for the master's degree, and they are probably progressing to the PhD, probably with the same supervisor, and the problem that is being addressed is clear and known from the scratch. However, when you come the way I came in 2018 and you are meeting your supervisor for the first time, you are discussing what is it that you are going to work on, and then you find that you begin to look to explore literature. You might want to address one issue, then you discover along the way, maybe 2-3 months along the way, that actually it may not be possible. You jump into another area until you settle in the area. So in a nutshell, that is really where the first challenge is. But it only takes determination to go on till the end. Yes.
Guys, I can relate with what he's saying. It only takes determination actually to get to the end of these studies. But anyways, that drives me to the next question. What role do you think University of Malaya played, during your study? Maybe to make it easier or something? Because I think the institution matters a lot as well.
Yes. Well, University Malaya played a great role. And that was a time when the lockdown was not there. If you recall, January, February 2018, the lockdown was not there. And because of that, the university really used to organize these good workshops for PhD students. The trainings. You know, that was, I think, extremely important in having to help a PhD student really settle down in his studies. Probably that might be a little bit different now, but maybe those students who are there now could actually talk in terms of what the experiences are.
At this point.
Yes, but with respect to my experience, University Malaya has been great.
Wow.
You know, it is good to be at this institution. I guarantee you, it is.
Wow, that's very great. Okay, sir, we know that University of Malaya is great, yes, but definitely some people out there, they need to know more things, sir. Like there may be some drillings, you understand? You see, guys, we're laughing. There may be some drillings that come with this greatness. Because I think they said if there's no pain, there's no glory. Can you throw some light with regards to that, sir?
Well, that is as well true. You know, when you come to such institutions, I think you need to be ready. You know, first and foremost, the requirements of these institutions will drive you to work extra hard.
Wow.
You know, for instance, where you publish, you know, the publication venues themselves, you know, you'll find that the university has got very strict guidelines. So it is just that is really going to push you to work, whether you like it or not. You know, so that is where really the drilling really comes in. Wow. Not only that, but even during, you know, proposal defense, candidature defense, you know, you really feel the heat, you know, and that heat is going to get the best out of you.
Wow.
So basically that I can say.
That's so beautiful. So that's because the gold, when we want to see the final output of the gold, I think it has to go through a lot of heat, sir.
It will, yeah.
Before now becoming very clean and very shiny for people to see.
No, it is going to go through the fire.
The fire.
You know, and when you're at University Malaya, I think you go through the heat, you go through it, but it is worth it. Because you will notice even the kind of publications that you'll be able to write. You know, even whilst you're a PhD student, you know, there will be quality publications. Wow. And you know that will change your life forever. You know, as an academic, you know, as a researcher, you know, that is very important.
Wow, that's so nice.
Yeah.
Okay, sir, so I asked you another question, sir. Were you here on scholarship or self-sponsor, sir?
Initially, when I came, I was here I sponsored myself for the first few months. Wow. However, my institution came in, my university back home that I work for, they took the rest of the burden after a few months, and actually they did sponsor me, and I'm still, on sponsorship.
Wow, that's so beautiful, sir.
Yeah.
Because I think this kind of program, it would be very good to actually have a sponsorship, but this sponsorship is mainly from your own side, from your own country here. Okay. So, sir, we want to ask you with regards to your family, sir.
Yes.
Because I know it's not easy to actually manage a PhD, especially in a faraway place like Malaysia. Because I think Malaysia is also very far from your side, sir.
Yes, it is.
It's like how many hours, sir?
Ooh.
Want to know from Zambia.
Malaysia is very far from Zambia.
Wow.
Because normally you even have to transit in Ethiopia, going back home or coming to Malaysia.
Wow.
So it's basically about 17 hours journey, you know, back home.
That's almost one day, sir.
Yes, that is actually very far.
Very far.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
So how do you cope with your family, you know? What did you do to be able to see that studies and family is balanced?
Yes, initially my family was here. My family was here with me.
Wow.
However, they left along the way. They went back home. So it was interesting, but also, you know, as a family man, it's good when your family is with you as you do your studies. Though, of course, meaning you play the dual role. You not only be the researcher, but you also take care of your own children, you take care of your wife. Right. You know, that is something that just has to come with life.
That's true.
Yeah,
sir.
but later on they went back home.
They went back home. Okay.
Yes.
So that brings me to the next question, sir. The life situation in Malaysia, I mean, the expenses, expenditures, and all that. Since you brought your family here, I believe maybe some of your children had to go to school and all that. So our viewers, especially maybe those that are watching from Africa or from other part of the world, they may want to know this. Can you just give us a summary, sir? Is it really affordable to live in Malaysia in general, sir?
Living in Malaysia is affordable.
Okay.
That is from my own analysis and experience. The only expense that you really have to get ready for is international school. If your children are 6 years and above, the immigration department within Malaysia will not give them the permits, you know, to be able to stay in Malaysia. They have to enroll in international school.
International school. Wow.
And international school is not that cheap. Okay, so basically maybe the cheapest around could be within about $1,000 every 3 months.
Wow.
You know, so $1,000 every 3 months.
That's
that will be the cheapest international school that you might actually find, and you'll be lucky to find the space, you know, in those institutions.
Wow.
So that is the greatest expense. But when it comes to feeding, you know, the Malaysia is all right. It's almost like Africa, really.
Wow.
And you find that even the foods that we have in Africa, you know, those foods are found here and they are found at a good price. Yes, yes.
Okay. Wow, so that means expenditure in general is quite affordable.
Yes.
Except for the school fee for the children.
The school fee, you really have to be ready.
Okay.
Yeah, because it is going to be quite a lot.
Expensive.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of proof that maybe the quality is also good. Or what can you say about that, at least from the experience of your own children?
The quality is great.
Okay.
You know, quality of international schools,
usually high.
you know, it is one that you really appreciate as a parent.
Wow.
You know, that is something that you really are going to look at. Yeah. And you are going to appreciate the output. You know, as your child comes back home, you know, the quality of even the assignments that they are given
to them.
You know, what is it that the kid is able to show after the first few months, you know, being in school. You know, it is great. It's just the expense that you have to get ready for.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's so nice. So I think you guys should not be afraid anymore. If you want to come here with your family, just be prepared for the academic situation for your children. But that's just from 6 years and above, right?
Right.
So children that are not up to 6 years old, they can stay without.
They can stay.
Oh.
And probably what you could do for such children, you know, who are below 6 years old of age, is that you can maybe just embark on homeschooling, you know, for those kids. You can just order, for instance, some textbooks, you know, and you just teach them
By yourself.
Yeah, by yourself, as long as they are below 6. But once they reach 6 years old, it's mandatory for them to be in school in Malaysia.
Wow. Okay. So, sir, the next question we would like to ask is with regards to your interaction with Malaysians. At least, I believe you have interacted with one or two, maybe from your landlord or to your supervisor.
Right.
What can you say about Malaysians in general?
Malaysians are very peaceful people.
Wow.
In terms of interactions, either with Malaysian students, you know, or with the landlord, you know, where you'd be renting. One thing that is so distinctive about Malaysians is the peace that you are going to experience. You know, on that one you are guaranteed.
Wow.
You are guaranteed. You will not have issues.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so nice. So they are peaceful people.
They are peaceful
They
people.
can easily flow.
They'll easily flow with you, you know, and there are people who also want to know a little bit about where you come from, you know.
Inquisitive somehow.
They're inquisitive. So you should be also in a position just to share with them, you know, here and there, just so that also they learn as you learn the culture, as you are in their own country.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so nice. Okay, so I would like to ask you this next question, and it's with regards to, let me say, the currency. You know, what do you think about Malaysian currency, the ringgit, with regards to maybe your currency back home or the dollars? I don't know. What do you think? Do you think it's actually fair? Is it easy to spend dollars here than there?
Well, that's an interesting question. Probably on that one, it really depends on your economy, where you are coming from.
Oh, yes.
You know, so if, for instance, what will really help to answer that question is you gauge your currency against the dollar first, before you look at the Malaysian currency, which is called the ringgit. Okay, how is your currency faring against the dollar? Okay, so if your currency is faring well against the dollars, then what that simply means is that you are going also to be well here. But if, for example, what you have is a currency that is extremely volatile, you know, where the value keeps on going down, you know, the devaluation of the currency is such that, you know, it is a sorry sight, then definitely you are going to feel it.
Wow.
Because to start with, you know, the Malaysian currency is quite stable against the dollar.
Wow.
You know, so if your currency misbehaves against the dollar, that simply means that your currency will misbehave against the ringgit. And once it misbehaves against the ringgit, you know, and you need to buy stuff in ringgit, you know, you're going to have issues. You are really going to feel the heat, you know, at some point. And you wonder, you want to ask people home, what is happening?
What is happening?
Because even here, you know, we've got issues.
Yes.
You know, so basically that is that.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's quite interesting. It's been a very wonderful one with you. We want to call you Doctor Sir, because very soon, hopefully, you will be a doctor, sir.
Very soon. Of course, very soon. Yes,
sir. So we would like to address you as doctor.
Thank you.
So we really appreciate you, but we have just one more question for you, sir.
Okay.
Or two.
All right.
Especially with regards to the current situation now.
Okay.
This pandemic. So, sir, since the pandemic started, since 2019, how is it 2020? I think
2020,
last year in Malaysia.
Yes.
How has it been for you, sir, with regards to your work and your studies and all that? How has it been?
It's not easy. You know, this pandemic has really been it's been a challenge, even to students. For long periods of time, we were not able to access our own labs.
Wow.
You know, so basically we're just at home. You know, so you just try and make do with what you have. You know, at the lab you've got more facilities, more facilities, better computers. But you find that you just have to be confined home, you know, with your small laptop, and you really just try and make do so that you don't lose much time.
Wow.
But at the end of the day, you find that it has not been easy for students, you know, even in this particular period. And even the restrictions, you know, that come with it, you know. And one thing you need to know is that Malaysians are quite strict. Right now we are on lockdown. You know, countrywide lockdown. So, and of course that is good to safeguard not only their people, but even us as foreigners. Wow. But in the long run, of course, what we could simply say, it has not been easy for us. Yeah.
We hope things get better with regards to the pandemic. But sir, I would like to ask you, I just remembered now, with regards to development in Malaysia, many people usually ask, is Malaysia a good place to live in? Is it this, is it that? So, since you have been in Malaysia for more than 2 years now, sir,
right,
going to 3, I think you would have some input on this. Development-wise, structural, what do you think?
Oof, it's developed.
Wow.
Yeah, Malaysia is developed. maybe for those who were born in Malaysia, live in Malaysia as Malaysians, it might not be something that they, something so interesting for them. But comparatively, to other places, it is a developed nation.
Wow.
And there are good sides here. Even when you are with family, it is one thing that Malaysians should know. They've done a great job.
Wow.
In terms of infrastructure development in their own country, in terms of how well structured the cities are, and basically it's job well done.
Wow.
It's job well done.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like here in Malaysia, I think, have you ever experienced electricity going off for like at least 1 week, sir?
That never happens. No, that never happens. The only experiences that I've had is when maybe there is maintenance.
See that? Wow.
When there is maintenance, but even when there is maintenance, they'll make sure they inform you beforehand. They will tell you within your area, we need to do some maintenance works. So they'll circulate all those messages. Even if you are not at home, you find those messages when you come back, just so that you safeguard your things.
Wow.
But that also happens rarely.
Really?
It is not something that happens every day. No. Yeah.
Like for me, I think mostly before that thing happens, it should be like maybe 6-month interval, except if there is something urgent that needs to be fixed in that area.
Right.
That's so nice. I think this has been a very wonderful eye-opener, an interview from our friend here, doctor, who has been in Malaysia for a while. And we wish you the best, sir, as you progress. And finally, what advice do you have to newbies, internationals? I believe many internationals will enjoy your interview. What advice do you have to them? Maybe they are planning to come to Malaysia, or they are currently in Malaysia. What's your advice to them, sir?
Well, the only thing I can say, starting with those at University of Malaya, I know the challenges of students at University of Malaya in terms of meeting the graduation requirements. Sometimes it can be so depressing. However, what is important is to keep on keeping on. Even in the presence, of challenges, in terms of even publications and other issues. What is important is to keep on with the goal. And that is the same thing with students everywhere.
Yes.
I'm sure they will also have their own challenges in other institutions. But what is important is not to look at the challenge, but is to look at the destination.
It's going to present you.
And the destination is either a doctoral qualification, a master's qualification, or a bachelor's qualification. So that should always be one's goal. Regardless of the challenges. And those challenges are temporal.
They are temporal.
They are temporal. Yeah.
This is so interesting, sir. This is so interesting. We really appreciate you. So I wanted you to just give us like maybe 2 or 3 tips with regards to what these international students should not do in Malaysia, sir, in order to be safe. Because Malaysia is beautiful. People say Malaysia is great. Fine. But there are some things, sir, that will guide this. So please, sir, help us to educate them. You have been here for a while, sir.
Right. When you come to Malaysia, what it is that please know why you are here.
Know why you are here.
So firstly, you are here for education. So that should be what should guide you. Okay. And it's important not to get into any other vices. Because of course, unfortunately, there are those who have come and those who have indulged in other vices, and they've ended at the wrong hands, the wrong side of the law. And that is one thing you might never want to do. Because one thing also that is distinctive about this nation is the penalties that are given. The penalties that are given are very heavy. Even when it comes to not wearing a face mask, you are going out, you're not wearing a face mask, just know you are going to part away with a few $100s. You know, and that is not less than 200 US.
Wow.
You know, you part away with it because of a simple thing like not wearing a face mask. You know, or maybe you are in a train, you know, and you decide to throw litter, you know, anyhow. You know, you part away with not less than 2,000 US dollars, you know, just for throwing an empty bottle while you are in the train, you know, and it's better you don't end on the wrong side of the law. So just be careful as you come and be focused with what you've come for. Right.
Wow. Thank you so much, sir. It's been a very great interview and very detailed. Right. And I believe a lot of people will appreciate this and they will learn from this. We wish you the very best, sir, as you are going back, hopefully. And we hope that we will see you again to interview you on the channel, hopefully.
Thank you so much.
Maybe you will come back to Malaysia for something else. Who knows?
Yeah, you never know.
You never
Life
know.
is so dynamic. Yeah, but thank you for having me in the interview. It's been a great interview. Thank you
very much, sir. We really appreciate it.
Sorry,
because of COVID, we cannot shake now, but we shake like this, sir.
So we do that. Right.
Thank you so much, guys, for watching. We really appreciate you. I hope you stay safe anywhere you are watching me all over the world now. Be positive, be sincere, be simple. And from here, we say much love and God bless you. Bye-bye.
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 Bye.